Our today's topic is the tactical end games, and we have a position in front of us. And I want you people to stop and pause. That what is going on in the position here? The game was played between Shikova and Krumova, and here Black resigned. But this game is a draw actually, and Black resigned because of the reason that this pawn is going to promote, and he can't stop it. But there is a way to stop it. And I want you people to pause the video and think that how Black can achieve that. I hope that you have understood that if you move these pawns, then these pawns are going to promote. For example, if we go like this, now simple h5, and Black king is able to take these pawns. For example, if you go over here, then king may move to f3, and Black can't move these pawns because White king can easily capture them. So in this position, the point was that Black can bring his king over here and sport this pawn queening. And he has a chance to draw this game. Let's go over with our plan. King b5. Now h5. White goes for the queening. Now king to c4. e6. Now e3. h7. Now e2. What if white tries to counter this pawn? Then what happens? Remember that this square is covered. White king can't come over here. This square is covered by the g3 pawn, and white king can't come over here on f2. So after, for example, e2, white can't stop this pawn because of this square is being covered by the g3 pawn. Instead of here h6, white tries to hold the position by, for example, moving the king to f3. Now, black kings get closer to the pawn on e3. Now h7 and now e2. And there is no way that white king can enter over here on f2 because of this g3 pawn is covering this square. And here, after queening, now black queens also. And white is able to draw this game. Now, because it is now white's turn to draw this game. He may give the check over here, king d2, king d8 check. Now king moves to king c2, now king c7. And the same way, the whole board is open and he can just give checks everywhere. So always think out of the box. In these tactical end games, you will have to think out of the box to draw or win the games. I hope you have understood and you will never made a mistake to design in this kind of position. If you had the chance to accompany your pawn. So we move over to next example. Now, here in this position, the game was between Voloson and Tarasov in Soviet Union 1968. And Black resigned the game because he thought that this pawn is going to move and this pawn is going to move, and he has to stop the pawn, one of the pawns, and he is going to lose the game. So here Black resigned the game. But this is a draw actually. Black can draw. I want you people to pause the video and think that how Black can draw. Now, remember that out of these two pawns, bishop can't hold both of them. So we will have to bring our king to stop one of these pawns. We can't go for overhead. It seems to be a very fast route, but the problem is that this is the fast route. And black can hold the position. For example, after g7, now king e5. Now, if b7, sorry, mistakenly, actually, it is a whites to move. If it is whites to move, then it is a win. It was if it is blacks to move, then it is a draw. I made a mistake. The point is, if it is whites to move, then he immediately plays the move g7. But if it is blacks to move, then he will have a tempo to come over here. And here in this position, it is blacks to move now. King e5, g7, king d6, and black king is nearer this pawn. And black can hold the position. Because now if b7, king c7. And black king is stopping this pawn, and this black bishop is going to stop this pawn from queening. I hope you have understood this concept also. That never resign in a position. Always think out of the box. Our next game is a game played between Sajstar versus Benko in Budapest in 1954. And here, black still not resigned. And in this simple position, there are many tricks. In this just simple position, there are many tricks. For example, always if this is a bullet game or blitz game, then never resign. Try for that simple tricks. Try harder. So king h7, now king f7, and now the move king h6. And you can't make a blunder by just queening this pawn, and it is a stalemate now. See, there is a simple tricks. Even in this position, there is a simple tricks. So what white did? He went out for a rook. Now king h7. You can't make a mistake by playing the move g5. Now it is still a stalemate because black king has no way here to go to. And the point over here is that rook g5. Now it is a mate in one because wherever the king moves, for example, h6 or ah8, rook h5 is going to be a checkmate. So remember, in seemingly seems simple positions, there are many tricks hidden in that position. I hope you have understood this concept also. Now we move to our next game. This game was played between Otsijin versus Zura Lev in Russia 1952. And here white resigned. I want you people to pause the video and think that it is whites to move and draw. And how he can do it. I hope you have guessed it. The problem was that white thought that after king moves, for example, after king into f3, king would move to g8, sorry, g1, and this pawn is going to promote. And he resigned the game. But there is a simple draw, and that is king f2. After king h1, now f1, king h2, and black king is unable to get out of this cage. There is no way that black king would be able to get out of this cage. So think hard, even in a position. There might be a way for a draw or a win. Just never throw the towel aimlessly. Think hard. So we move to our next example. This game was played between Soderborg versus Dreamer in Reykjavik in 1957. And it is blacks to move. And white could draw here. I want you people to pause the video and think that how white is able to draw this. If you people have not guessed the move, I am going to give you a simple example. After king b2, now it is white's to move and draw. And how white is able to draw this? Only one move, just only draws. Here, the c3 move loses. The king d2 move loses. Only the move which draws is that c4. The reason behind is that then black king has to move back to capture this pawn over here, and white will get the opposition. I'm going to show it on the board. After c4, now king c3 and king c1. King into c4 and now king c2, and black has the opposition. And from the basic endgames, you know that this is a dead draw position. After king moves, now you understand that is the concept c4. Now we are going to come out to our main move. The game played between two GMs. The white was Soderborg and the black was Drimmer, GM Drimmer. And now here, after king b4, for example, the game was played as king d2. How you can draw this position? The concept is same. That is c4. Black tried king c3, king c1, king into c4, now king c2. Now black has this tempo move. I want you people to pause the video and think that is it possible that he can use this tempo move to get the opposition? No, it is not possible because after king d4, king d2, and now if black goes, for example, for e3, now again king c2. The reason behind is that we are going to tuck away over here, and when this pawn would, for example, reach over here, we will be out of the squares and it will be stalemate. For example, if black king goes like this, king e3, now king c3, and we are not going to capture this pawn, we are going to just hold this king. After king e2, now king c2. If here black goes for c4, then what? The point is king c3, now king d1, and now we are going to cage this black king in these squares. After king into c4, now king c2, now king d4, king d2, king d3, king into a2, and now king c2, and black is caged over here. There is no way that he can make progress. Go back to our main position and think that after king d2 and c4, king goes back and let's over here. King d2. Black tried the move c4 in the game. How to continue? We are going to, or with same plan, we are going to play the move king c2 only. Now, if e3 comes, king d1, king c1 loses. The reason behind is that now black has the opposition. King d3. After king d1, now c7 check. And black has this tempo move. If king moves over here, now a3. This is a draw. So what is here? Now white has this tempo move. The problem is that white has this tempo move. a3. Now king b3. White king has to move back and now it queens. So remember that even a small position has many tricks hidden in it. Never fall for it, fall for them. For example, in this position, if black plays the move e3, then what? The point is simple. You are going to get the opposition. Now if c3 check, the move is king c1. going over here that when the king will move, you are going to get the opposition. The point is that now king c5, for example, king c2, king d4 again. If king c1, now if black tries the move king d3, king d1 getting the opposition. If he comes for over here, king c7 check, now king c1, and here white does not had their tempo move which was last before, because of which he was losing. Now if black moves over here, it is a stalemate. I hope you have understood the concept of this position also, and you will not lose it. Instead of you will work hard and draw this position. We come to our next example. My net, I think, is not working properly. I think end this video over here. I will make the next part as, oh sorry, it has just came back. This is the position, and here in this position, white resigned the game. White resigned the game. He thought that if he goes for over here, king f1, now king e3, king e1, and after f7 check, and white would have this tempo move, and he is going to lose the game. Instead of it, the point was that if he go immediately to king e1, now he has got the opposition. Now it is a draw. The reason is after king e3, now king f1, and black can't make the progress. For example, if we go over here to f7, now h3, white has this tempo move. And if black tries over here, now it is a stalemate. If black goes over here, now you can take the pawn, and it is a dead draw position. If here white can go over here king g1, he can maneuver over here. Sorry, he can from maneuver over here. Only the move which loses is that king f1. If you play the move in this position king f1, then black would get the opposition, and you will lose the game. So work hard on your end games and always look for these types of tricks in the position. We move on to our next example, and that is this one. And this is a very hard one. It is not a simple one. Here it is black to move and win, and the move is totally out of the box. I want you people to think that how it is possible. What is the move? I hope you have understood. Now I'm going to let you people the concept. This pawn is going to, and this is the immediate threat which black has to counter. And there is only one piece over here which can counter this pawn. You have to counter this pawn in such a way that this king does not have squares to move to, and he is forced to move his pawns, both of the pawns, and then you are going to queen. How you can do it? And the move in this position is rook a h8, thunderbolt. The point is that if white takes this rook, now you mate the white king in just only 8 moves. The reason is after h3, now you are going to hold the king in this cage. h4, king f7, h5, king f8, h6, king f7, and white is forced to move this pawn. And he plays the move, for example, b4, and you take the pawn en passant. Now he tries to, for example, move like this. Now b2, sorry, a5. Now queen, and he's far away because now it is a mate. So these are the end game tactics, and this game was played between Pachman and Wheeling. And here Willing was the one who executed this move and won the game. A very beautiful move, and that is rook h8. And white says that I am not going to take it then. For example, he goes for h4. Now, you stop the white king from getting on these squares. King e7, h5, king e8. That whenever you are going to take this rook, I am going to come over here on f7. For example, h6. Now, king e7. There is nothing white can do. For example, if he goes back over here, now king f8. And white is out of tempo moves. For example, moves over here, now you're going to take the pawns and you are going to collect these pawns one by one and you are going to win this game. Next example, and it is our last example of the video. It is black's turn and he can win this game. First, I want you people to analyze that how it could be possible. Remember, in this type of position, the placement of these pawns are the most important. White's pawn are only on b3 and d5. Black has these three connected pawns. And he can make a queen faster by moving a pawn on c4, c5 to c4, and then he can queen this pawn. And this pawn on b4 is just only 3 squares away. This is the first thing you have to keep in mind in assessing these type of positions, that you can create a pass pawn over here. Now, the second thing is that white has also the queen and you have also the queen. The main point is that you are going to exchange the queens in this position, as the point is that the pawns of white are on h4 and g3 and they are far away from queening. So how to do it, how to carry out the plan? The first plan is that you are going to exchange the queens, and that is you give a blow by the move e4 check, and this happened in the game. King can't take it because queen f5 is a mate. So white has to take with the queen, queen into g4. Now ask white to exchange the queen, because you have seen calculated that if you move this pawn on c4, then this pawn would be fast enough to queen and you would win the game. Let me execute you on the board, for example, like this. And if g4 check, now king f6. e5 check, now king f5. There is no way. If white tries to go over here now, like this, to stop it, you immediately move the pawn c4. If white tries desperately like this, there is nothing, because now you are queen and this will be very fast now and you are winning the game. So instead of here, for example, white says that I am not going to queen. I'm not going to exchange the queens. I'm not going to give you a tempo move. Instead, I am going to play the move h5. You are going with your plan, that is c4. Now, if still h6, now you can take the queen. After king into g4, now you are able to stop this pawn on h5. H file. Because you are in the pawn square. The king is in pawn square and he can stop it. After b into c4, now 6. a7 here, now this king can stop this pawn. And here, there is no way that the game is over. and black is completely winning. If you enjoyed today's video, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon button and also like the video. Thank you very much.